I'm gonna talk about Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia. First, I'm gonna start off with what I like about Danny Garcia. I like his chin. I like his toughness. I like that he doesn't drink, smoke. He's in good shape. Um, I like his power, and I like his dad, how he talks shit. And funny man. But I like his dad a lot. What I don't like about Danny Garcia, I don't like his speed, his movement, and his the people he's fought in the last 3 years. Feel like he's not testing himself. You know, what I like about Keith Thurman, I like that he's versatile. Um, he has power in both hands. He can box or slug it out. Um, what I don't like about Keith Thurman at the moment, I feel like he's not training as much as he used to. Ever since he started making money, it seems like he's just training once the fight is announced. Where before, a hungry fighter trains year round, like Floyd had did his whole career, train year round. There is no break. So that's the only thing I don't like about Keith Thurman, and I don't like that in the Porter fight he did not use his jab at all. That was his strongest weapon in that fight, and he did not use it. So that kind of worries me. Why didn't he use his jab and make the fight a lot easier than it was on the shorter man? Okay. Who do I think? How do I think this fight's gonna go? Well, first, before I tell you how I think the fight's gonna go, I'm gonna explain some things. Keith Thurman, Porter, Brook, and Spence. These fighters have something in common I haven't heard anyone really talk about, but I'm gonna talk about it. Those four fighters, Brook, Thurman, Spence, and Porter, are probably in the top five in the welterweight. Okay. Why are they so good and tough and people don't want to really fight them outside of each other? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because they're huge, they're big. See, Thurman and Porter, they in the amateurs, they were fighting at bigger weights, man. They were fighting at heavier weights. So these guys are really big fighters, and they're basically all four of those fighters I named are bullies in the 147 division. They really should be fighting at a higher weight, like 155. Um, that's where they really should be fighting, but they're fighting at 147. Okay, so that's why they're hard to beat, along with their skill. I'm not saying they're not skillful fighters and they wouldn't win even at a higher division. I'm just saying that's why they have such a huge advantage over someone like a Danny Garcia, an Amir Khan, or whomever, because those fighters like Amir Khan and Garcia came up from 147, where these fighters are coming down in reality to 147. Okay, so that's why Spence is so good and Porter is so good and strong and Thurman and Brook, because if you notice when all those fighters are in the ring, most of the time when they're in there, they just look so much stronger. And that's why, because on fight night, they're weighing so much more than the fighters. Plus, they're more skilled than the fighters. 9 out of 10 times, they have more skill, more power. They have every advantage. They're not testing themselves really. All right. So back to this fight. Who do I think is going to win? Oh, and also one more thing. If you look at the face off with Garcia and Thurman, right? Really look at it. Look how massive. Keith Thurman looked next to Danny Garcia. Look at his face. Look at his body in that suit next to Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia looked like a little boy next to him. Okay? Now, that's going to make a difference, man. I'm telling you. How do I see this fight playing out, man? Well, the advantage is Keith Thurman's going to win, man. Unless, this is what I'll say, Danny Garcia has a puncher's chance to the body. Okay? Usually you say a fighter has a puncher's chance and you think in the chin. You know what I mean? But just like Danny Garcia had a puncher's chance against Amir Khan to the chin, he has a puncher's chance against Thurman to the body. A puncher's chance. That means very unlikely, but it can happen. But it's very unlikely, okay? Like I said, Keith Thurman has fought Andretti in the and other fighters that are way bigger and stronger and skilled than Danny Garcia. And in the amateurs, they hit in the body all the time, man. Okay? So, the only reason I believe Keith Thurman has had problems with body shots because when he fought Luis Castillo or whatever, I mean, cause I forget his fucking name, but anyways, I get him mixed up from the other Luis guy that Floyd fought. But anyways, Castallo, whatever. I don't know. Fuck. Anyways, when he fought him and he took that body shot, I believe Keith Thurman did not train for that fight. So of course, when he's fatigued and he gets hit in the right spot, he's gonna seem like he has a weak body, man. Of course, because lately, ever since he started making money, he ain't been training right, man. But for this fight, he go train. He go train, and from this moment on, he's gonna be training. You want to know why? Cause he ain't gonna be fighting no scrubs. After he fights Danny Garcia, he got to fight Spencer Brook. Okay, that's even way tougher than Garcia. Okay, so he's gonna start training. You go see the old Keith Thurman come back, man. I'm telling you now, cause he ain't gonna be playing around. Okay, or he go hit the canvas quick. Okay, so he knows that. He knows that as his level of competition is stepping up, you know, as it's moving up. So Keith Thurman's gonna win this fight, man. All right, man.